So for example 2, we're going to have the same sort of thing, except we are cutting off scientific notation and going straight to engineering notation, remembering that we are counting by threes, not by ones. We're going to use the appropriate SI prefix and the appropriate symbol for each of these values. And so again, I've got my fancy table, got to have that. And I've got my kind of work laid out over here. So with A, we were asked to do, what is that? Billion, 624 billion, 38 million volts. See how that feels kind of weird to say? Engineering notation can help with that. And so our decimals here, in jumps of 3, we've got 3, 6, 9, and I can't take 3 more because I would not have a whole number in front of my decimal then. So we've got 624.038 times 10 to the 9th volts. And the SI notation of that, 10 to the 9th goes with billion, which goes with giga. So these are 624.0, should I change my color? 624.038 giga volts. That's a lot. And then lastly, for our symbol, giga is a capital G, so G volts. On to part B. And so this time we have a tiny number. And for engineering notation, remembering we need to go in units in count of 3. So 3, 6. Now I have a whole number in front of the decimal, so I stop. So 62.1 times 10 to the negative 6 ohms. And the SI notation for that to the negative 6 is micro. So we've got 62.1 micro volts. And with the symbol, remembering this is a lowercase m, 62.1, why do I say volts? Micro ohms, my bad. Micro ohms. Still stuck on the previous problem. And then 62.1 micro is lowercase m, micro ohms. Okay. And on to C. Another number that is less than 1. And so for engineering notation, remembering to count by threes. And so 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to have 80.2 times 10 to the negative 12 meters. That's tiny. Negative 12 is associated with pico. And so we're going to have 80.2 picometers. And the symbol there is a lowercase p. So 80.2 picometers. And then lastly, we have, looks like 1,000 million, billion, trillion, 4,810 billion joules. And so by threes, there's 3, 6, 9, 12. And so for engineering notation, again, we've got 4.81 times 10 to the 12th joules. The SI notation for that, 10 to the 12th, is a trillion. It is also tera. So 4.81 terajoules. And then the symbol for tera is a capital T. So 4.81 terajoules. All right, that's it for this example. Feel free to rewind and watch again as necessary. The trick to engineering notation is making sure we count by threes, not by ones.